It is Monday, December 16th, and at 1:50 p.m., I got a email from Yale Young Global Scholars saying that I have been deferred from their EA application and will be deferred to the regular decision timeline. In other words, YYGS does not want me. Hello, this is me a little later. We also found out that I didn't get into this other research program called Pioneer Academics that I applied to, and my hair's up because I had dance class, and my dad didn't even want to pick me up from dance class because he was so disappointed. And that's a rare occurrence because he never gets mad, but now I think he's, I don't want to say mad, but definitely disappointed. So now YYGS is a program run by Yale, the Yale University. So I've been thinking about it, and my dad told it to me, and I was thinking it too. If I'm not even accepted into their summer program, which has a 10 to 20% acceptance rates, how am I actually going to get into college at Yale? Why did I ever think I had a chance at these top schools? It's junior year. Everyone is really thinking about all their extracurriculars and what they're doing, and when I realize how much other people are doing, I feel so disappointed in myself because it feels like everyone else they just seem to have that drive, that passion to do something. They're really, really involved and interested in something, and they know that they really want to do that in college. And colleges see that. They see the passion, and they know, oh, we want that student. We know that student will help really make a change in the world. For me, I do some activities, some extracurriculars and stuff, but I don't feel like any of them are, overly unique in any way. They're all kind of generic. Me, my entire identity is very generic. You see me in a bunch of other students, and I assume that out of all the applicants who applied to YYGS, and those applicants are, according to YYGS, they represent over 140 different countries and 47 US states and territories. When I think about it like that, I really wonder, from the university's point of view, why would they take me? I understand completely. I'm sure there's a bunch of other, Asian junior girls who also want to get into YYGS, but perhaps, their extracurriculars are just not strong enough. They don't show that kind of passion for, what they're applying for. And it makes me feel so left out because when I think about the, average student body around the world, like the body of juniors, and even just in my school, everyone seems to have something that they're so passionate about. Earlier today I got an email from one of the school official people sending a note about filling out a survey for less food waste, something related to that. And underneath at the bottom of the email were 3 names from people in my grade that I actually know of. And I was so surprised because I didn't think so many students had such an active role in the school community and in the local community. And thinking about it, I really don't. No one knows who I am. I don't feel like I'm making an impact at all. And it just really sucks because when I take in this whole body of juniors and I think about all the activities they're doing, some of them are really, really dedicated to, for example, figure skating or something. And then others are, they might be really good fencers, or they are on the science Olympiad team and they're winning nationals or something. For me, when I think of the activities I do, Like, yes, I do have some leadership activities, like some club leadership, but they're all very generic. And that's the issue. I do things that everyone else does. I'm an editor for the newspaper. Let's see, I play the piano. Like, it's all basic things. And looking at my EC list compared to everyone else's EC list, I like 100% understand why YYGS did not accept me. But it feels just really, really bad. And I think part of it is also something I've noticed about work ethic. Some people are able to stay up until 3 a.m. or, if not, maybe they are sleeping early at like relatively early at like 12 a.m. But they are able to manage their time really well and get, for example, all their school homework done in school. Whereas when they come home, they can do all their extracurricular activities, and then maybe they can work on something outside of school that they're really passionate about. For me, I don't have that, because when I come home from school, my priority is my school homework. Because while I was in school, even if I have frees, like I had free blocks today, I was literally just talking with my friends the whole time. I did not do work. So I don't even finish my school homework in school. I can't efficiently use my time, and I push it all off to after school, where after I finish my school homework, I'm just so tired that I don't have time to work on anything else. And even if I did, even if supposedly I could go until like 3 a.m. at night just working on my passion project or whatever, it feels like I don't really have that kind of passion. Like, I currently don't have any project that I'm really invested in that also shows my dedication to economics and law, which are they're kind of the topics that I was applying to for YYGS. I don't show any particular dedication to that through my extracurricular activities, and I know that that's an issue, and I also don't know what I really can do to prove my worth, especially starting now. Because as a junior, of course, another thing you have to consider is if you start now, colleges will say that, you're just doing it for the resume, you're just resume building, you're not actually passionate about it. It feels so wrong to start things this late and to show this passion, and it feels worse when you see all these other younger students starting so early, showing their passion, and then getting into these programs, as like sophomores or something, whereas I'm a junior applying for my summer between junior and senior year, and I still wasn't accepted. As someone who has relatively good grades in school and is more so used to being, I guess, one of the, top, not like super top, but one of the students with better grades, it really hits like a brick when you realize that everyone is like you. Around the world, everyone has grades like you, and some of them, they might have grades lower than you, but they more than make up for it in their passion, in the activities that they do and they really care for. They are making an impact around the world. I am just a student going through high school. That is like my full-time occupation, and I'm not making time for anything else, even though I have the time. Okay, and now here comes the time where I try to reflect on everything I just said and try to comfort myself and anyone who might be going through the same thing. I guess I'll start off with my point of, the idea that it's too late to start. I guess thinking about it in the long term, when we're all in college and when we all get our first jobs, it won't matter. Like, a lot of people start things as adults even. For example, they might start playing an instrument. Late last school year, I recently started dancing again. It was pretty late, but I really like dancing, honestly, and it's something that I want to do in college. I've realized that a lot of the activities that I do, I'm not really passionate about, but there are some things that I do love to do, and I think dancing is one of them. And to my other point about, thinking that everyone is better than you, that everyone is so good at time management and, they are able to get all their work done and they're always studying. No, they're not. Everyone else also has their times when they're just hanging out, when they procrastinate. I've realized that I do know that a lot of the students that I think do so much, they also have a lot of times where they're really tired and they just want to do nothing, and so they do nothing. And everyone has their limits, basically. And so it's not necessarily that they're inherently better than you, because the side that you're seeing of them might not be the full story. And a little more to this point of idolizing some people, I think one important thing is to know that you can do it too. Like, you don't have to procrastinate, you don't have to be lazy. Personally, I have struggled with that a lot. I was gonna say this in the rant section, but I didn't, so I'll just say it here. I sometimes on my For You page on YouTube, those videos where it's like, are you lazy but ambitious? Or I think it's, are you ambitious but lazy? Those videos pop up on my For You page, and I am so lazy that I don't even watch those videos. What I do is I add it to my watch later list, and then I never ever watch it. So even those motivational videos that are supposed to get you up and moving, I don't even listen to them. But if you're listening to me right now, you don't have to watch those videos, but really, I think just try. Like, just don't underestimate how much you can do in a given amount of time, because if you really lock in, you are able to get a lot done. Just the other day, I gave myself 30 minutes to do some push notes, and I ended up going a bit more than 30 minutes. I went like 45 minutes, but it didn't feel like it, because I felt like I was just going a little over time just to get more done, and I ended up getting like almost 10 pages of notes done, which, considering how big the textbook is, that's like 10 pages is a lot. So realize that you can do those things that you are seeing everyone else doing. Something that helps me is I like to watch like high school vlogs. I don't know, they just kind of romanticize the studying high school life for me, and they motivate me to study too. But just anything you can do, try to, I would say manifest that high school student who is always on top of things and is always turning in their work and, literally finishing their homework in class and going home and getting so many things done. Manifest that, but also take action and work towards it. And I know it gets hard, especially for me, when it becomes, after I take a shower, I'm like, basically, I want to crash out. Like, I don't want to do any more work. But you have to really, I guess you have to force yourself. You have to keep that image in your mind, and you have to keep thinking about the goal that you want. What is it that you want? For me, I want to get into a good college, and so I know that I need to up my game and really start working for it, because if I don't have anything to show, they're obviously not going to take me. I won't be enough. I know that sometimes applications are luck-based, but for me, it's not even luck-based. Like, I understand why colleges don't want me. Like, it's a very reasonable rejection. And lastly, know that even if sometimes you procrastinate and, you end up not doing things, it's okay, because that's normal and that happens to everyone. All those top students that you see, they all have their moments where their brain is just dead. They just end up falling asleep. They just don't do work. Today, I learned, talking to some people, that in my history class last year, where I always fell asleep, I realized that most of the class was asleep with me. I thought I was in the minority of people who were like not listening, but really I was in the majority. Really, like, all of us were not listening when the teacher was lecturing. So really, it's just realize that you are human, you have your limits, and everyone has their limits. But ask yourself if you're actually pushing yourself to that limit, or if you're letting yourself off easy. Because if you really push yourself just a little bit more, if you just work a little bit more each day, you will achieve so much more. And if you have your goal in mind, if you keep your goal in mind, I'm sure that you will make quick progress to achieving what you really want to have.